Hello, Wobbly Phil here. Welcome to Wobbly's Weekly Word, exclusively for channel members, all you fourth Phils. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. This week there's a follow-up to the video I did about a year ago on the Bromsgrove brothers who revived the Ariel Square 4 back in the 1970s. The engine design goes back to the 1920s. It was one of Edward Turner's pet projects. Almost 50 years later, a couple of brothers from the Midlands decided they'd have a go at updating it for the 1970s. Tim and George Healey had been squarial enthusiasts throughout the 1960s. The smooth power of the 1000cc had been put to good use in their sprint bike, which they supercharged, thereby doubling the power output. They then bought up as many square spares as they could when production of the Ariel Square 4 ended and built a veritable rocket ship with a tested top speed of over 125 miles per hour, or about the same as a 1970s British rail train, which is about the same speed as a British rail train half a century later. Launched at the Earl's Court Motor Show in 1971, it was well received. Now, when I made the original video about a year ago, I could find very little subsequent history of the Healey brothers after they closed their workshop in 1977, and this grainy photo seems to be all that survives, so you could have knocked me down with the proverbial feather when out of the blue last week Tim Healey himself commented on the video. Sadly, his brother George passed away 17 years ago. Tim had a few words of wisdom regarding the motorcycle that bears his name. He addresses what he calls the myth, which he thinks gets repeated, about the rear two cylinders overheating. We never had a problem with the rear cylinders overheating, he says. So that's definitive. Tim rode every bike he and his brother made. His verdict? It was a rider's machine. I loved every minute of it. He says it would be nice to speak to anybody who remembers Messrs. Healey from back in the day. So there you have it. If I was a different kind of motorcycle channel, I would ask Tim if he'd be prepared to do an interview about those days. The Slater brothers are also still circling the paddock, and it would be nice to interview them too. I've a feeling George Silk might still be around as well. Let's hope somebody else does the honours instead, as these fascinating motorcycle pioneers won't, sadly, be with us forever. As always, thanks for supporting 3 Phils, it really is appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one.